And now we're raising the additional capital really to get the phase 3 program off the ground and get the drug product made for the clinic with a hopeful start of the phase 3 program in early 2022.
BioNeex is the first biopharma R&D open exchange platform for licensing and co-development partnerships of drug candidates. We are working closely with biopharmaceutical companies that are actively seeking preclinical and clinical stage drug candidates for in-licensing and co-development partnerships to expand their R&D pipelines. If you are a development stage biotech company and are looking for licensing and co-development partners for your drug candidates, then list them for free on BioNeex and get contacted directly by these biopharmaceutical companies. We are already working with many partners. Would you like to learn more about BioNeex? Feel free to get in touch with us. We look forward to working with you.
Hello everyone. Today we are back with BioNeex interviews with the CEO of SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals, Brian Lawrence. Hello, Brian. It's great to having you today with us.
Thank you for having me.
SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals is a US-based biotech company developing a silk-based anti-inflammatory therapies. Please, Brian, tell us about SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals a little bit more and what makes this development stage biotech company so unique.
Well, thanks, Simbat. I really appreciate being here at BioNeex today. So at SilkTech, like you said, we've developed a silk-derived protein for treating inflammation. Our lead indications in dry eye disease, ocular surface inflammation. I've been working myself on silk protein development in the eye for the last 15 years. And what we've really found is that there's a component of the natural derived silk fiber that we've been able to isolate and purify. And it's called amlosimod. And we've been using amlosimod in an eye drop format to treat dry eye patients. We're up over 400 patients treated so far in our phase 2 study, and those results will be coming out here shortly, hoping in Q1.
Wow.
And and I'd like to add, this is why we're coming to BioNeex, because we're an early stage company, and we'd really like to look at other opportunities that are out there for our candidate.
That's great. That's great, and I'm looking forward also to work with you guys, with my team. So I really want to also understand about your current drug development pipeline. Maybe you can tell us about this a little bit more and what kind of drug candidates are currently there. And so, as you mentioned, there is a current indication, dry eye disease, but is there anywhere you want to go more?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking that, Simbat. I mean, we feel amlosimod itself is a platform. It operates as an immunomodulator. And we're finding that it really works to distract the kinase networks that are working down the MAPK pathways to activate NF-kappa B and modulate the immune response. And we're really seeing that this is a broad-acting mechanism. And so even though we've spent the last 7 years developing this dry eye product, we've been looking at other indications, in cancer or autoimmune diseases, that we'd really like to look at using this drug for. Now, we feel the mechanism have a lot of relevance there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I can also tell from my experience that new molecular entities like you guys having in your current development with such a mechanism of actions can be having multiple applications in different indications. So you should definitely look for, and I think that will bring naturally to the next question that I want to ask to you. Are you currently looking for licensing and co-development partners for your drug candidate that might help you to go in the other indications too, because of this very interesting mechanism of action. Yeah, and then the next question would be, addition to that, who would be for that an ideal partner for that? So imagine you speaking now with your ideal partner, what you want to say, and why you believe that BioNeex can help you on also on this journey with you.
Great. Well, I'll start with the last part first. I mean, this is why we joined BioNeex, because, you know, as I mentioned, as an early stage startup, you know, we're somewhat, you know, limited in terms of our network and being able to reach out, and, you know, we have to work through other agencies or advisories, you know, to get in touch with some of these other potential strategic partners, big or small. And I think BioNeex really helps me as the CEO, kind of empowers me a bit to have more information about who we could reach out to and actually get in touch with those folks directly. You know, we're really looking to partner with someone that would like to look at a broad immunomodulator platform, because we are early stage, and so I think that there's a lot of opportunity here for us to really partner using your platform, really to help develop amlostimab into some of these broader, important systemic indications.
Very interesting. So would you tell us who would be, in this sense, like knowing the market, definitely you already did your research, who would be the ideal partner for this case?
I think optimally someone that could really take advantage of the full mechanism of action that amlostimab could provide. You know, maybe someone like a Novartis who has an active program in dry eye right now, so they can make most use of our current phase 2 clinical data. You know, but I think it could also go the other way. You could look at someone more specific in the ophthalmic space, someone like a Alcon, who one of the largest players in ophthalmology, would probably really enjoy this type of asset. But I'm really hoping that, you know, we can utilize amlostimab across multiple indications. And I think that based on our really great safety profile that we've had to date, you know, it allows us really to play across different disease pathways at once.
What do you think, what other therapeutic areas, indications, the mechanism of action of the current drug candidate would be applied?
Yeah, you know, we've seen that our drug has a profound impact on IL-8 levels. And so, you know, recently it's actually, it's been found out that glioblastoma is one of the primary drivers there, has been connected to upregulation of IL-8. And so we've been looking at that as another follow-on indication. Our head of R&D, Dr. David Infenger, did all of his graduate work and postdoc work in glioblastoma before joining SilkTech. So we've got the expertise in-house. But I think also another natural follow-on would be a graft versus host disease. You know, this is a real common problem, especially for the cornea. And given it's a heavily driven by multiple NF-kappa B pathways, I think I think amlostimab would be uniquely suited to help there too.
Very interesting.
I think more, yeah. Thanks, Simbad. I appreciate it. And I think also, you know, more broadly speaking, you know, there's been a lot of evidence that silk-derived proteins can make a profound impact in metabolic diseases. You know, things like diabetes or even heart disease. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity for where we're at, and, you know, just finding those partners to help provide that clinical and commercialization expertise to an early stage company like us would be really valuable.
Definitely. And I think there's lots of large biopharmaceutical companies that are looking early stage biotechs that are having such a new molecular entities with very interesting mechanism of actions like you guys are developing, and definitely it makes worth to speak your message to them, and definitely it works. It's worth that pharmas will get in touch with you.
Here's hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, but tell us about what's the next milestone that you as a CEO are leading the team towards to reach right now. What would be the next milestone?
So, you know, we have our phase 2 program finishing up we've got just about another dozen patients to exit our second phase 2. We have an alpha and beta study, both looking at the safety and efficacy in the use of amlitelimod for treating dry eye disease. And dry eye affects 340 million people annually. It's a large disease, $5 billion marketplace. So we're really hoping to help address that worldwide problem. But what we as we look towards beyond that, I think we're looking to set up a phase 3 program for dry eye. We're currently looking for partners in that space as well. But we're also excited to get some of our larger systemic data going. We have some more interesting efficacy studies coming up with some of our academic partners at the University of Minnesota, and it's been pretty interesting so far. So yeah, thanks for asking, Simbad.
Very interesting. So you have a phase 3, let's put it in this way, to run with a partner, with a great potential partner as a next milestone.
Yes, I think that would probably be the next big milestone for us is, from a business standpoint, is identifying that phase 3 partner. And we're, definitely excited to be on the BioNeex platform to help reaching out, to strategics for not only dry eye, but for, indications beyond that.
Yeah, and we are very happy to having SilkTech Therapeutics as our BioNeex member, and we are always staying as a business development partners with early stage biotechs like you guys, and happy to create this meaningful infrastructure for you that the potential partners can reach out to you and speak with you directly. Let me jump to the next question that I want to also ask, that might be very interesting for potential investors, because I'm sure there's lots of VC folks that are looking at the moment to you as a CEO and founder of the company. What's your current funding situation? So how well is the company funded? And for the next round, what are you looking for?
Right now, to get through our, through our phase 2 program, we've been working off of a Series A round with our private equity partner, Skyview Capital, and their associate, Skyview Ventures. And now we're looking at currently raising a bridge round to help us with getting up and running our phase 3 work. We'd like to be as phase 3 ready as possible, as quick as possible. So we'll be looking at raising another $3 to $5 million in our dry eye program, and then over the next 2 to 3 months, we're looking at raising another $10 million to help support the broader anti-inflammatory platform and new indications there.
Sounds good. And as far as I know, SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals is already funded, right, with 6.2 million. 2019, if I'm not right, please correct me.
Yeah, the company was founded in 2013. It's raised about $21 million to date in a mix of angels, grants, and venture capital partners. And, most recently, we've raised another $3 million to help support the second phase 2 study we ran. And we've got extremely supportive private equity partners, so it's really great to work with them. And now we're raising the additional capital really to get the phase 3 program off the ground and get the drug product made for the clinic, with a hopeful start of the phase 3 program in early 2022.
Sounds great. That's very, very good plan. And I think your track record is already showing confidentially that that's the company where the investor should go for. That's the company where partners also should go for, because it has a strong track record. And I think not lots of biotechs can do so far as you guys did. Probably that brings me naturally to the next question about what's your vision for SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals overall. Maybe you tell us a little bit also about the team, what you have currently, and what in overall in scope of vision you want to build from the company? What type of team you want to build up?
Yeah, we are really fortunate because we have a pretty new IP portfolio. Our first patent was issued in 2016, and we got runway on our composition of matter and formulation patents right now till 2037. So this could be a pretty somewhat long ride here, and I continue seing us studying amlitelimod and figuring out the best places to really impact patients' lives. We've been looking at a number of different orphan indications to get into. We really think these orphan pathways we could address and also really help us get into the clinic to make an impact here. And given our safety profile, it's I almost feel like it's we almost need to, because it's we could really have an impact on these patients. I think as we look to expand the company, with the help of my team, our head of R&D, Dr. David Infanger, he's a real expert in inflammation and studying the multiple pathways involved that amlitelimod's working on, and so he'll continue to lead the research there and develop partnerships, not only academic but also with our government partners. We've been lucky to be funded by both the DoD and the National Science Foundation, so we look forward to continue working with them more in the future. And then on the business operations side, we brought on a head of business development. His name is Joel Smith, and he's been very active on your site already, Simbat. And I think and with the rest of our manufacturing team, I think there's a real opportunity there to make an impact in expanding our process, scaling our process, reducing costs to our process. Our cost is already extremely competitive, given we're deriving our drug from a natural resource. The silkworm, after all, is our bioreactor, so I've got to thank them as well. But I think as we look to the future, it's really about addressing what other indications are out there that we could have an impact in, and then also looking at how do we scale our process to meet the need for some of these larger markets.
Sounds great. It's a very good, very ambitious vision, and I really think that you as a CEO can lead to this line overall, Brian. And I really want to give you another couple of minutes, because you are approaching to the end of the interview, to tell people that they are looking at you at the moment, something that I didn't have a chance to ask you. Maybe also you want to address a couple of people in your team. So give us your, let's say, message that you want to speak out to the world.
Yeah, I guess I just want to say that, I've been developing, amlitelimod over the last 15 years. And, as a team, we're really proud of this drug. I think we're really looking at inflammation a little differently. I mean, we're using this naturally derived material to really look at rebalancing the inflammatory network instead of just shutting it down. I think at SilkTech, we look at inflammation as more of a systemic network as opposed to a systemic problem. And I think that the world in general, I think we need to take especially COVID is teaching us, we need to take a different approach to how we look at inflammation. And I think that we're really excited to be part of the next generation of biotherapeutics that are coming to market, looking at different ways of addressing overactivation of the inflammatory system. So I think we're really excited there. Our team up in Plymouth, Minnesota, they've put together a great GMP manufacturing facility where we make amlitelimod. So I know that the team there will continue to be motivated to grow and develop our company. I think as we take a step back, we really have a lot of expertise in the science of silk and also on the CMC side with the manufacturing production of it. And I just think we could really benefit a partner in that aspect, and we could really benefit from a partner's expertise in late stage clinical development and commercialization. So I'm really hoping over time, and I'm certain of it, that BioNeex will help me develop those connections to make that happen.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. That was very interesting. Tell also this additional information to our audience. And I want to also tell our audience that we are very, very delighted to have SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals as part of the BioNeex platform, where they have already listed their drug candidate. Please go ahead and check it out and get directly in touch with Brian's and with his team. And I think today's conversation gives lots of understanding where the SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals is and where it wants to go under the Brian's leadership team and well-funded through different funds and partners. So thank you again, Brian, being our today's guest.
Thank you, Simbad.
BioNeex interview, and let's stay in touch, and let's
definitely
talk again with the new development of SilkTech Biopharmaceuticals. Take care.
Thanks, Simbad. Take care.